Now, yesterday was a very big day, and one of the major reasons was because of Bethesda's press conference. And we're going to start things off with a man who dropped the mic, picked it up, and dropped it a couple more times yesterday. Todd Howard from Bethesda Game Studios.
Great to see you again, Geoff.
It's great to see you, Todd. I got to say, we knew that you were probably going to be on stage yesterday talking Fallout 76, but you just kind of decided to up the ante with like a lot more one more things. Was that always the plan, to just kind of say like, here's everything we're doing?
I don't know that it was always the plan. We kind of got there. We're doing so many things.
Yeah.
And traditionally we would say, let's focus on this. But our fans kind of, they find a lot of things we're doing and they want to know. And so we just talked about it like, let's just be upfront and say, here's what we're doing, because we're excited about it.
Yeah.
And we think, all of our fans are as well. So it was, let's just get it all out there and let everybody know what we're doing.
Yeah, well, because I remember it was a couple years ago on this show where you sort of talked about, your longer-term philosophy for the studio, and that, you were going to do the Elder Scrolls 6 after this other mystery game that was sort of in between. So I guess we now know what that mystery game is?
Yes, it's Starfield,
okay.
Which is incredibly exciting for us. We've been working on it for a long time.
Yeah.
And, it's one of those things where even though we're announcing it, there'll be a time, obviously, where we really show it off and dig deep, and that'll be closer to its release. Right,
because that's the thing is you announced them, but he said it really was just a logo resolve, and there's not a lot. You said it was, I think it was a next-generation single-player experience is what you're saying about it, right?
Yes, yes.
Does that mean it's single-player only? It won't have online? Like you're focusing that on just a single-player experience?
Its focus is single-player. Whether it has some social connection, I don't know. I don't want to guess right now.
Okay.
But that's our focus for that game.
It's not one of these share world games we get to follow, but it's very much like your next big epic single-player.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Amazing. So tell me, for you, and sort of you look at your time, how you're sort of you've got 3 studios now in BGS. Where are you focusing your time right now?
I tend to look. First of all, we have a great team, and I've worked with a lot of these people. The average time is over a decade, and they really know their stuff. So it doesn't take me kind of digging in the weeds on everything.
Yeah.
I tend to spend my time up front when we're doing a game. Creatively, what is this going to be? And then as it's coming in, Fallout 76 right now is dominating our studio's bandwidth because that's the game that's coming out, and we have more people on that project than we've ever had on any project. But then the mobile game, Blades, is it's amazing, and that's an awesome team. Most of them are in Montreal, but we also do work in Rockville on that game.
Yeah.
And that's fun to do as well. So for me right now, I'm still a kid in a candy store. I get to look at all of these games and work with all of these amazing people.
But is it transitional for you? Because I think for many times your team, you were focused on kind of one project. It was all in 100% on that. And now you've got, feels like 4 or 5 things that are sort of competing for attention.
Well, the other thing is, I think it's from the outside. It's viewed one way. We always overlapped.
Okay.
Oblivion into Fallout 3, into Skyrim, into Fallout 4, and then Fallout Shelter, and doing VR versions. And so this is just, it's a larger scale of that, but it's the same, where we'll do pre-production with a smaller amount of people until a game is really there.
Right.
And then when we enter production, we move the bulk of the studio to that game, but not all of the studio. And then as it's, coming in to get finishing for shipping, that's where our focus is.
So would you say, Starfield, Elder Scrolls 6, are they in production now?
I would say Elder Scrolls 6 is in pre-production, and Starfield is in production. It's a game we've been making for a while.
Well, okay, so you're able to play Starfield now.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That's a good way to say it. Starfield is playable. Elder Scrolls 6, not in that way yet.
Now, when you were on the show a couple years ago, Elder Scrolls 6, you said that, I think something along the lines, someone reminded me on Twitter last night, that the technology wasn't there yet for the game you wanted to build when you said this thing was 2 years ago on the show.
Yes.
Is the technology there now?
It's getting closer.
Okay. What is your vision? I'm sure you don't want to say a lot about it, but what's the type of technology that you were looking to bring to life to be able to make?
I don't want to spoil anything yet. I think the teasers that we put out they're kind of A, announcing the game, and B, ones of tone.
Yep.
How does the game feel? Hints at where it's set for both of them, both Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6.
Okay. Well, Starfield, we know. Space, I guess, seems like some kind of
space. It is space,
something. Elder Scrolls 6, I'm sure the fans have been tearing apart. Even the music, it feels like. There's a little bit of info there, right?
I tell you,
It'll have a
even for
subtitle
us,
at some point.
It will at some point.
Yeah.
Even for us, though, putting that, redoing that music and putting it up there, even we get we get goosebumpy.
Yes.
Like we can't wait, to have everybody be able to play this game. But that's us too. We want to.
I say that kind of creates like it's almost a tone, sort of rallying call for the team. I'm sure too, because it's like
1,000%, 1,000%.
Like, I mean, such a beautiful image, and again, not much more than that, but you see this. And
there's some things there to pick apart, but we'll let our fans do that.
I'm sure the rewinds are already happening. All right, well, that's the future. We're really excited that and even for you, this is, I'm sure, the next number of years of your life, thinking of like all these games and all these projects.
As you get on, it's kind of. You do it for a long time, and you think, well, what are all the games I want to make?
Yeah.
Well, let's just do it. Life is short. So that's kind of been my attitude lately.
Well, let's talk Fallout 76, because that is coming out this year, and you gave an amazing presentation. You're such a master at sort of
Thank you.
encapsulating all this.
I learned from you.
Oh, stop, please. Well, it was really special, and I wanted to, a lot of people online had a lot of questions about the game. Just so people know, it's not playable here at E3. So sort of what we saw is what we saw, right?
Correct.
But a lot of people are kind of wondering now, the fact that you're doing more of this sort of share world experience, and you said, hey, you can play solo, but a lot of people were asking me, it's like, can I play offline?
You cannot. You will see, even if you're playing by yourself doing quests, you will see other players.
Okay.
And you can interact with them, or you can ignore them, because there is a quest line. One of the main things that I saw feedback was when we say there are no NPCs. Okay, so that's one of the big differences that we really leaned on, which is every character you see is a real person. Yeah. But there are still robots and terminals and holotapes. If you see a lot of the quests we do in Fallout 4 that are kind of this found world quest thing, we still do all of that. Okay. But then, so if you sort of picture doing those quests, or you watch someone play Fallout 4, it's like that. But then, as opposed to running into a gang of raiders, those are real players.
So there's always PvP, like you can never.
Well, first of all, I'd say we're still dialing that. Okay. We don't want it to be griefy, but we want to have some drama there. Okay. So there is a way that you can decide to do PvP, and we are currently balancing kind of the incentives for someone who wants to be very aggressive to people, and those who want to ignore it. Yeah. And that really comes down to the in-game incentives and then also the social incentives. But I would say we don't want it to be griefy in any way, and we'll dial it in so people can say, look, I don't want to deal with that.
So you can pick. It's like I don't want PvP.
Well,
you want a little bit of a little fear, I guess.
We want a little bit of drama there without without them ruining your game.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. A lot of people are wondering, VATS obviously in an online environment. How is that going to be accomplished?
Still there.
Okay,
it's real time.
So it's real time back.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not slowing time, really?
Well, it doesn't slow time.
Right, yeah.
But it lets you target and pick parts and all of that, but it's in real time. It still works great. Yep. It's different, obviously, because it's real time. Yeah. But the basics of it, which are, well, I'm not that good of a Twitch shooter. Yep. You see some other games. That's a good reference point. I won't even mention it. People will dig into it too much. Right. But you can kind of picture how it works. Like, I'm not as good at lining up someone and getting a headshot, but I've made my character good at VATS. Oh, and now I can do that.
Okay. Do you see this as sort of, a game as a service where there's going to be content, there's going to be end-game raids? I mean, is it like, are you treating it like this, where it's sort of going to continue to evolve over time?
Absolutely. With this, there's so much in it. That's the other thing. We always do too much stuff. And there's so much in this game that once we find out, here's what the players like, or here's what they're missing and they want, since we've built a system, our plan is to be adding into the game constantly, tweaking it, and have that long-term interaction with all of our fans.
Now, the fans, I think, want to know about mods in an online environment. It's such a huge part of your games over the years, BGS. How are you going to treat the idea of mods or user content in this environment?
We love mods, and so we are 100% committed to doing that in 76 as well. Okay. We will not be able to do that at launch, though. Yep. Our goal for launch, this is really new for us, is have a well-running, robust service, and then some period later, we're currently still designing what that service looks like. You'll be able to have your own private world and be able to mod it and do all of that. We think with our games, that's where like the long-term life of them really is. Yeah. That is trickier when you get into an online world, but we're definitely committed to that. Just won't be at launch.
All right, now it's a big anniversary for Fallout this year as well. Fallout 3 anniversary. You guys gonna celebrate in any way?
The Fallout anniversary? Like a remaster? Is that what you're...
Yeah, so fans want something?
We aren't right now, but you can play Fallout 3 actually on Xbox One. It plays in 4K. It's amazing. So it's still there. You can still experience it.
Exactly, because I was saying people love playing your games and playing them again, and as you joked with Skyrim Alexa, which I heard that was your idea. Someone was telling me last night that
very much. That was a joke that escalated.
But it's so fun, and now you can actually get the app on Alexa. Someone told me. Someone built that.
We didn't say it on stage, but it's actually real.
That's insane.
Because we wanted people. You'd see the commercial, you laugh, you go, "Hey Alexa, play Skyrim," and then, oh shit, this is real. It's a real game.
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
It was like a joke we all make too. Like, whoa, what would be the funniest place to put Skyrim? And then, oh, we should do a commercial. We should do that. There was, no, we should really do it.
No, it is a great piece, and I love that you're sort of, so self-aware about it, because it was, as you said, even though Todd is not on the internet officially on Twitter, I was joking before, it's like now that you're making an online game, you've got to come online, but you're reading everything, I feel like.
I do read a lot, yeah. I'm on the forums a lot. I'm on Reddit all the time, and it's great. Our fans are really the best. They give us crap for the things we do wrong when we deserve it, and they embrace us when we do great things.
Well, what I think is so exciting coming out of yesterday was that BGS, sometimes you guys would go away for a number of years and disappear, and it feels like now so many projects, it's like you guys are going to be more present more often in our lives.
We would like to be, even like we go away for those periods, and it's, we do it because we have to, but we don't enjoy that. We'd like to have more things coming out, and these games show that.
And that's what was cool, because typically you've gone in this mode of like, we'll announce the game and ship it 6 months later, and now, with some of the, especially new IP, it feels like are you gonna be a little more open now about sharing things on these games earlier, like something Starfield, like is it gonna be like, hey, when we talk about it again, it's gonna ship in 6 months?
I don't know. I think I still think when you really want to show a game, have it come out as soon as possible.
Yeah.
What we do in between, I still think is up in the air. This is kind of like new for us to do what we did, so. I don't want to promise anything, because I honestly don't know.
First New World, 25 years.
Yeah.
That must be exciting, though, for the whole team, right?
It's incredible. It's incredible. I mean, look, Elder Scrolls and Fallout are just amazing worlds for us to play in. But when you're doing those, you are looking back, like, how do you want to reinterpret, X and Y? And then you go into Starfield and you say, okay, what is the tone of science fiction that we think is unique, that really excites us? What would we want to do in that kind of game? And then, it being us, it's extremely ambitious.
And is that an idea you've had for, a decade, or like how?
Yeah, absolutely.
In your head, and you just wanted to do it?
Yeah, and then you talk about it in the studio, and ideas get put on it. It massages itself through lunchtime conversations over a decade, maybe. Wow. And then we filed the trademark 5 years ago.
Wow.
So that's when we really... That's what our fans have. They see the trademark.
Well, that's why people have known that there was something, but always people like, when are they going to announce it? What is it? And I think it's great that you say like, hey, we're making it. We're not saying much about it, but it's like, it's something that, you're obviously playing, thinking about, and we can't wait to see. I think it's great to see that we need people like you and your team building new IPs and pushing our industry forward in that way too. So it's great to see that you guys are signing up for the hard work of not only building a game, but an entire new universe.
It's the fun work. It's the best.
Todd, I got to say, it was an amazing moment last night. I didn't even know you were going to drop that much yesterday. I saw you at the hotel. I'm like, you're going to be a big day. And it's like Xbox stage, so much stuff at Bethesda.
I told you, I said, I'll be up there for a while. Like, get comfortable.
No, but it was, I remember, I think it was Fallout 4. It was like, it was like a 37-minute presentation that you did a couple years ago. And that was amazing. And to come back with this and not just talk about 76, but all those other projects was incredible. So thank you so much for
a lot of work by the whole team.
Yeah, no, you have an amazing team, 3 studios. 3 cities, and we'll look forward to playing Fallout 76 November, right?
It is.
And beta sometime before that, right?
Yeah, we're still figuring out the exact timing, but it'll be before that, obviously.
Awesome. All right, well, a big year and a big couple years, I guess, ahead.
Yep.
Todd Howard. All right, thank you so much for joining us, Todd.
Thanks for having me. Great seeing you again.
We'll see you again soon.